Ladies and gentlemen, I have a flight in 4 hours, so I don't have time to go over everything. And I don't even think I should be going over everything because right now the markets are still in a massive developmental process. I mean, we've literally dropped downwards 20,000 US dollars in the last 2 weeks, right? 9 days actually, to be precise. So it's just been cataclysmic, and it's constantly moving, and we need to give the price action time to develop. So it's actually kind of a good thing that I'm going away here, just to give a break on uploads for a 1 day period of time. I'll be back the day after tomorrow. Don't worry, I won't be gone for too long. But I just want to update you on what's happened here. Unfortunately, Bitcoin has broke down from a lot here. We've broke down from the 5-year ascending support line, which was, by the way, our sell signal on Bitcoin. We've broken it. It's gone, right? So 5-year ascending support line, stemming backwards on the linear chart from 2018, dividing the bear markets from the bull markets historically. It is now broken to the downside. Is it a confirmed breakdown? Not quite yet. I don't trust a short-term breakdown from a major level like this, but given how fast the market moves, you wouldn't be irrational to sell with the current situation right here, and you can always buy back if we get back above it. I don't think that's irrational at all. So we've had the breakdown. It's occurred over here at 54K. We went all the way downwards to 49K. So we went $5,000 below that invalidation level. 54K was our sell point. On altcoins, our sell point occurred weeks ago. We didn't buy back on altcoins in this YouTube channel. We didn't do it because we clearly, I mean, this was obvious, right? I mean, there was a lot of things about this range that weren't obvious, obviously, right? No one really was predicting a 74K top before the top occurred. Obviously, bears came up after it occurred. And by the way, those bears were bearish regardless of the circumstances. They thought that this drop here was going to drag the market downwards. The reality is we were just lacking data. Ladies and gentlemen, just a quick 30-second break here. If you want a good exchange, an exchange that is global, non-KYC, so you can sign up from anywhere in the world, no restrictions, no BS, right? Low in trading fees, never been hacked before. Use the Bitcoin or BingX exchanges. My referral links are down below. Click on those links, sign up, and you'll get access to a 15% trading fee discount for life. Every single buy, every single sell. And also 5,500 USDT on Bitcoin and 4,000 USDT on BingX with my referral link down below. A chance to win those rewards as well. So guys, thanks for watching. Let's get back into it. And this is a period of time where mathematical trends can only take you so far. You have to trust the mathematical trends. And although things like, the left translated cycle theory sound good, the reality is they aren't mathematical trends, and they could be now. They could be developing now. Perhaps that was the top, and perhaps this left translated cycle theory develops and becomes a mathematical trend. But right now, at this point in time, it's not, right? It's a 2 data point trend, 1 data point from the global financial crisis, 1 data point from the dot-com bubble. It ignores data points from 2019. It ignores data points from any time before the year 2000, right? So you have to be consistent with your logic. If you're going to trust trends, you need to trust trends in all scenarios. And unfortunately, logical consistency, although it's great and it generally works, it doesn't always work, right? This is a game of probabilities after all. And at the end of the day, the probabilities just weren't on our side this time. There was just too many external factors. In my opinion, the real warning signs started flashing. And this is what I've made very clear on this YouTube channel, by the way. The real warning signs started flashing in July right here, July 30th, upon that breakdown of that ascending support line. When that occurred, and when I saw that Bitcoin was still not correlated to the S&P 500, which is traditionally correlated to, something weird was happening, and we just did not stop on that drop. And I made that very clear on this YouTube channel 6 days ago. If you watched that video 6 days ago, and any video in between, really, I said, warning, this is bad. Bitcoin's bull market relies on this chart. And the chart I was referring to was both Bitcoin's ascending support line and also the ascending support line on the S&P 500, right? Because I realized that the left translated cycle theory, which is basically, I'll just explain what it is. It's a theory that the markets will top out this year rather than what is traditionally expected from a cyclical level, which is next year, right? All cycles, like 18.6 year real estate economic cycle, the Bitcoin 4-year cycle, they all predicted a market top in 2025, but the left translated cycle, hence the word left, right? It means it's translated to the left, translated earlier. And so we'd see a top this year instead. So basically I was saying the left translated cycle is interesting. We can't disprove it, but we certainly shouldn't be trusting it fully. And I said that if we do break the neckline here in the S&P 500, as well as a break with this ascending support line in the white line in the RSI, If we broke both of those things, it would be more likely that the left translated cycle is taking place. And unfortunately, we did break those things. We broke them upon the market open today. So it's just been devastating, really. S&P's broken down now. Bitcoin's broken down. It's broken below pretty much everything at this point. There is a new support line that is formed in white, stemming backwards from October. It is currently testing that level for support. I will say that there is a support block here that lines up with that diagonal support level between 49k and 47k. So I do believe that this area will give a pretty solid reaction. I don't really see how Bitcoin could continue dropping through this level in one swing. That would just be, I mean, that would be a drop that is equivalent to the COVID drop at that point. I mean, it would be disastrous. And we've already seen an initial bounce from this price region. So look, there is perhaps a scenario in which we swing upwards from this support region on both a horizontal level and a diagonal level, and maintain, you know, the 4-year cycle and go back upwards for the Q4 2025 top. That is a scenario that is possible. I'm not going to rule it out completely because there is not macro clarity, right? I just don't have macro clarity here. We don't know what the Federal Reserve is going to do. We know that, you know, bond yields drop downwards from a pennant formation. Bond yields drop downwards basically in a matter of a week, 17%, and yet the Federal Reserve did not decide to cut interest rates, right? So there is an argument here that the Federal Reserve is forcing a recession, right? They have hundreds of PhD, economic majors, experts, right, who understand the markets very, very well, and they chose not to cut rates even though bond yields were tanking massively. I mean, to me, this is a sign that the Federal Reserve perhaps is trying to force a recession, which goes against the argument that the Federal Reserve is just going to keep printing to keep the markets up, right? Which is a popular argument. So I don't actually know what the Federal Reserve is going to do here. I'm going to be very interested to see what they're going to do. If we do enter an inflationary period, if they do try to salvage the markets, we will see Bitcoin, in my opinion, bounce from this 47k to 49k support zone. But given the fact that all of our macro trends and all of the important lines that were once there, including our macro indicators like bull market support band, pi cycle lines, all these things which previously have been very, very important for Bitcoin, given that they are all gone, to me, this is gambling. To me, I'm not comfortable holding on to bags here. I'm not comfortable holding on to bags and praying that this support line holds when a bunch of other support lines are broken. It just doesn't seem logical to me. So what I'm doing, I'm taking a step back from the market. Again, I never bought altcoins again. Speaking of altcoins, let's just get into this quickly. The 5-step pattern on altcoins was one of the most exciting things about this cycle, right? We had a 5-step pattern in the last cycle. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Step 4 was the final pattern of consolidation before the exponential altcoin season, parabolic bull market, euphoria, and greed. We were on step 4 and we failed to break the highs of step 4. We failed to enter step 5. We failed to break the all-time highs on total 3. We failed to enter that euphoric bull market phase. In a way, we didn't even really see a bull market, because it depends how you're defining bull market, right? If you're defining bull market as Bitcoin reaching all-time highs, okay, yeah, we barely saw one, right? If you're defining bull market as a period of a market environment of euphoria and greed, and altcoin season, right? None of these things happened. There was no euphoria, there was no greed, there was no altcoin season. There was a very brief moment of euphoria around ETFs, but other than that, there was no euphoria. And by the way, I mean, the inconsistencies of this cycle, I've been sniffing them out since ETFs were not only released, before they were released. You know, when ETFs were running up, when the price was running up massively, too early, way too high. I mean, even from that point, November 2023, October 2023, I was saying this is very strange. If there was a cycle in which we would break the 4-year cycle, it would be this one. That's what I was saying. And, you know, in hindsight's 2020, there was abnormalities, but again, you can't not trust the trends. Like, the trends are the thing that have made me, you know, ridiculously financially successful from the cryptocurrency market. The trends that have been established trends, me trusting those trends allowed me to profit massively in 2017, right? These trends allowed me to call the top in 2017. I didn't have a YouTube channel at the time, but I got out of the market very, very shortly. These trends allowed me to buy the bottom in 2018. These trends publicly on my YouTube channel now allow me to call the top within 48 hours in November 2021, right? To call the bottom with an average buying price of 19,000 or 20,000 in 2022, right? The trends cannot just be disregarded because you have a bad feeling. And at the end of the day, as I said, this is a market of probabilities. Trusting trends is the most logical thing to do at all times. Regardless of the result of us trusting the trends this time, it's still the most logical thing to do because it's the thought process that matters more than the results of your thoughts, right? If you have a good thought process, over the long term, you're going to be profiting much more than someone who's just going based off feeling. And trusting the trends, although we can look at this range and say, oh, it did terribly for us. At the end of the day, I mean, our average buying prices on Bitcoin originally were at 19K, 20K. Yeah, we added buys higher. We added buys over here at the breakout of this range as well, public on this YouTube channel. I mean, even selling at 54K on Bitcoin, you're still, if you bought 20K, let's just say you have 25K average buying price, which you should have lower than that. You're still 116% in profit over a period of, basically a year, right? Or a year and a half, right? At the most, but basically a year. You can't complain. With altcoins, we had a situation where we were buying altcoins in this YouTube channel. Again, this 5-step pattern is broken now. We didn't see the altcoin season. I didn't finish that thought. We didn't see the altcoin season. And so right now, this is the problem right now, right? We take majorly important trends. We look at the chart. Oh, it's broken. Delete the entire chart. We got to start fresh here, right? This is why we are now in the thing that I've feared for months, right? This period of uncertainty. We've now entered that uncertainty. But as for altcoins, we sold altcoins in the breakdown of this yellow line here at 556 billion. We bought altcoins originally on this YouTube channel in October, November. And yeah, we got out there. We didn't get back in. A lot of people were saying I should have, bought back in. I was getting a lot of, in a lot of debates in my YouTube comment section. Oh, Wolf, you're missing out on the altcoin pump. But I saw very clearly we were at resistance. We were at resistance from a horizontal line, also from a bull market support band. I did not buy back into altcoins after selling originally on the breakdown in July. And I'm very happy with my decision to do that. So although, the macro trends, in a way did us dirty here, it was the best thing we could have done. And also trusting the macro trends allowed us to not make stupid decisions like getting greedy and jumping back into altcoins when we shouldn't have done so. So I think, at the end of the day, TA always prevails. And I'm pretty happy with how this cycle played out for me personally. Now, I'm not saying, let me just be very clear. I'm not saying the cycle's over. I don't know. I look at the 4-year cycle and I think the 4-year cycle is something that's based on tops and bottoms. And so realistically, there is a scenario where we enter some sort of bearish market environment for a decent period of time and then swing back upwards towards the end of 2025. That is possible. Again, there is a scenario the Federal Reserve enters a inflationary period. They try to print money and kind of just pump markets and pump assets. That again is possible, right? There is also a scenario where they continue doing what they seem to be doing and, not trusting the market data and holding interest rates too high for too long and allowing this drop to take place, allowing a recession to occur, right? Unemployment's going upwards as well. Some recession indicators are triggering, right? So there's just a mixed bag of scenarios here. And this is why what I'm advocating for you guys personally, I can't tell you what to do, but I've told you what I'm doing. For me personally, I've been very clear about what I'm doing. I sold here upon the breakdown of that line. That was my invalidation zone. I never bought back into altcoins. Right now, I am 90% out of the market. I still have a very small amount of assets that I just am not selling because I want to see what happens with this 47K to 49K region. And if we do see a bounce from that region, I'm happy to buy back when I see confirmation that we're back in the clear. What would be that confirmation? A breakout of this RSI descending line would be a good step. But right now, I'm happy to be on the side of the markets because I see this as a ridiculously high risk scenario. I see macro trends breaking left, right, and center. Indicators becoming, indicators that were previously very useful and providing lots of insights and clarity, not doing that anymore. And I think, why would I be in the market here? Like, surely I could just take that money and go to the casino if I wanted to gamble. Because right now, to me, this situation is a gamble. This is a gambling situation. So, Ethereum broke down to support. Again, Ethereum matching support from the Bitcoin support zone. 47K to 49K is the same as 2100 on Ethereum. So we could see a bounce from this region. I wouldn't trust the bounce until it actually breaks critical levels. Like until it actually breaks back above the level it lost, I wouldn't be trusting it. It would just be a short-term kind of relief bounce, recovery bounce. Not a recovery bounce, sorry, a relief bounce. We do need to break above the critical levels again in order for these bounces to actually be confirmed to have done something. Like for example, in the total 3, we look at the RSI and the weekly chart, we need to be able to, clearly hold that RSI line. We haven't actually closed below it yet. We need to get back above it clearly, break above it. We need to get back above Ethereum's resistance clearly and break above it. Same thing with Bitcoin. Getting back above the 5-year ascending support line clearly, flipping it for support, breaking 61K. All these things need to happen. Like, we need to see the maximal possible flips to the upside in order to harvest any degree of certainty that the market will continue upwards. Because right now, we have lost the metrics through which we can be certain of things. Like the trends, which are the metrics through which we can be certain of things, are, you know, not totally broken in some cases, but crumbling for sure. So we need a significant amount of data to be confident again to jump right in. And I personally want to see progression with the S&P 500. I want to see progression with what the Federal Reserve does. I want to see what's going to happen here. Are they going to be entering a recessionary period, or are we just entering a, you know, is this just a brief correction after a move and we're going to be entering an inflationary period? What's going to happen here? That's going to be interesting. Probably leaning towards, at this point, the data is probably leaning more towards a recessionary period, a downturn in the markets. That's what the data is leaning towards. But nothing is certain at this point. It's simply too early to tell. So guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news here. But yeah, I mean, ever since 6 days ago, this market has been looking dodgy, and my bias for the last 6 days has been one of extreme caution. I stuck to my invalidation levels. I'm happy I did that. That's all we can really do. So I'll catch you guys in my next Bitcoin update, and hopefully have some more progressions by then, and we'll see what the market's doing. I want to be very clear. I don't think that cryptocurrency is dead. I don't think the industry is dead. I think they're, you know, in massive drops like this, a lot of people over-exaggerate. We've seen a cataclysmic drop. We've broken a lot of trends here. We've broken a lot of indicators here as well, right? But at the end of the day, this was always going to happen at some point, right? It was just a matter of what cycle it happened in. So this was always going to happen. It's an inevitability. And you know, we just have to see what occurs here. But I don't think that this is a reason for cryptocurrency to die out completely. I think that this is a signification, you know, if this does play out, if we don't just see this as a massive deviation, if this does play out, this is a significant moment for crypto, because it means we're entering a new type of market environment. We're going to be establishing new trends. It doesn't mean that, oh, the trends are broken, crypto's dead, let's never look at it again. That's not what it means. This is going to be a very interesting period of time, the next few weeks, to see, you know, what insights we can harvest from these charts. I'm actually, you know, I'm quite excited for it. But yeah, it's been a brutal, you know, past couple of days, especially the past couple of days. I hope you guys are okay. I know this is quite devastating for a lot of people. You know, big losses here. So hope you guys are taking care of yourself. Remember that money is not everything. And hopefully you learn some lessons from this drop, right? Risk management is very, very important. There's a reason I have these invalidation zones. You need to have them as well. If you're buying big into cryptocurrency, you need to have invalidation zones. You need to be prepared for your scenario not to play out, because trust me, right? Scenarios get invalidated all the time. I've seen that as an analyst. I've had scenarios that get invalidated many, many times. I've had scenarios that play out perfectly. It doesn't work every single time. This is a market of probabilities, not a market of certainties. So take care of yourself, guys. Just keep your head up, and you know, we'll see what happens with cryptocurrency. I don't think this industry is in trouble. I don't think it's dead. I think this is a, you know, perhaps a period of time where crypto's turning the page and heading on to something new. And look, even, you know, we could even see something new while maintaining the 4-year cycle. Because the 4-year cycle is connected to presidential cycles. It's connected to 18.6-year real estate economic cycles. It's not just a Bitcoin and cryptocurrency thing. So we could see a new structure through how Bitcoin moves within the 4-year cycle itself, rather than a deviation from the entire 4-year cycle. So there's just a lot of scenarios here, a lot of mixed bag uncertainties. And so we're just going to have to see what happens when the charts progress. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Check out the Bitfinex and BingX exchanges. These are the 2 exchanges I advertise on this YouTube channel. They are both global non-KYC. They both give you, with my referral links down below, a 10% trading fee discount for life. And on top of that, guys, we've got 5,500 USDT in rewards on Bitfinex for signing up with my link, and 4,000 USDT in rewards for signing up with my link on BingX, right? Literally cash rewards, USDT rewards for signing up with my link. Go ahead and check it out. You know, you're not, it's a no-brainer. You're getting free money there if you want it. A chance to win free money, I should say, if you want it. Right, moving forward, the VIP group on Telegram. We trade altcoins on the VIP group. If you're sick of this long-term price action, medium-term trading, you can do altcoin short-term scalps or medium-term scalps. That's what we do on VIP. I post 4 signals per week. We have a group chat, so if you join that group, you can discuss the market 24/7, post and share charts with other members. We've got 115 other members at this point in time. Check it out. The price has just been dropped 40 USD, And I'm fully transparent. I've got my trading results publicly posted there, every single win, every single loss. It's all there for you to see it. So check it out. And then finally, guys, the Crypto Academy's Become a Trader 10-unit course is on sale right now. And essentially, the price has been cut. We want people to learn how to trade. We need people to learn how to trade. We need more traders. We need more, better traders in this community. My friend and I, Megawell Crypto, we developed this course in 2022. Ever since then, it's been doing very, very well. We've had very good reviews for this course. Check it out on the website and check out the email address. If you want to send us an email for contact, ask us any questions, we'll get back to you shortly. It's on sale right now. Now's the time to do it. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you soon. Cheers.